Yeah, Prof here. And even if you're not a LTT enthusiast, you should check out the last video because we took a look at the LTT pens. Towards the end of the video, you don't have to watch the beginning if you don't want. As it was a pretty long one, as I unboxed, I got some T-shirts over there, as well as some screwdriver extensions that are right over there. But then towards the end there, we took a look at the stainless and then the brass. It's just the bolt that's different. Not the handle or the button. The bolt itself inside there. Brass and full stainless right there. So check those out. Why might you be one of the persons that would want to do that? Because you're here for one of the other, like an actual pen company. Keras Pen Co. We have another box from them that we will be opening up right here and right now. So you're probably here for that, which means you actually might want to check that out. That is only a $30 pen. And I would say, as it being their first pen, and it's only $30, dang good attempt. Would I take it over the pen that's going to be in this box? No. Is it like a fraction of the cost? Yes. So for those people saying that reviewed this pen saying it's too much money, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm going to box the brass one back up for Squeers here, and I will be rocking the stainless one. And to be truthful, let's unmount the camera in here. This guy is going to go. Oh, what? Is this my current loadout? This is the previous one right here. Yep. Boom. You can tell how skinny it is now. You really can. Look at that. Super skinny. This isn't a pen. It's a pry bar. If you guys need a cheap pen that isn't metal, right here, Uniball. Got a nice little clip on here. It's a real little fat guy. Apparently, they designed this. It takes the Uniball, the 110 millimeter. I call it like just the Uniball cartridge, but it's like the Euro 110. And you're like, how in the heck does it? Like, it is literally like 115 millimeters. It goes all the way up into the button here. It is like, this thing is like one of the most engineered pens I've ever seen. I have it in orange as well. I think I bought David it in like a brown tan because that's David / Squeers. That's very him, uni. So if you need like a nice-ish pen, this is $10 just for reference. So the fact that that's 30, this is 10-ish, I want to say. Super nice though. And the reason why it's fat is for workers in Japan to be able to use in gloves. So you can have a nice thing with a nice clip that you can clip on things. You know, like clippy clip, clip, clip. And it's fatter because they make not fat versions as well that are longer actually. That you can write with it with gloves on. You know, because if you're a work guy and you're working and you get your gloves on, you need to write something down on your clipboard because they like the paperwork there. You don't have to take your gloves off to hold it well. You get a nice thicker pen body. So, what are we looking at today? Not this LTT screwdriver from LTX. Originally, I was like, I don't know if I want to make this black because we got all these colors. Red, I thought would be too much red. I wanted the red button like fire, 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 and I wanted yellow body for sure because yellow is my jam. I think it turned out in the end. But okay, we got the letter opener that has now been sharpened. I kind of did a half-ass job of sharpening it, I'll admit here. It's about as good as I can do with what I got, though. Oh, jeez, how tight is that tape on this? Yeah, it sliced it. I don't know. Wait. Oh, God. Oh. So, because this order was so big, I was able to use one of my Pen Club discount codes where it's like spend more than X amount. I think I got like 35 or maybe even more % off. You may be able to tell by the durability of this box what's in here. You're like, Elliot, Prof, you just bought one of these. I did. I did indeed. This cube just came in. You notice it's already, well, it came in and 4 of its 9 were already full. Well, this came with it. So 3 of its 9, then 4 of its 9. No idea the LTT. Well, I shouldn't say no idea. Linus had mentioned it like in passing one time. No idea that was coming out that soon. That's in there now. Now, as we found out during the LTT video that I did, or the unboxing of that, the Smooth Operator Gen 2, they're showing off, Tactile Turn is showing off at a knife show. Also, this came out. It's previous generation brother. I really, really wanted. So we've got some oh, they sent me 2 refills. Awesome. Because David was like, oh, do you even have ink for this thing? I was like, oh, fuck. No, I don't. Some Keros stickers back here. What is in here? And these will actually be going right back in here for safekeeping. I normally try to get colored cubes, but Keros kind of stopped making them for a while. They haven't done anodized cubes for a long time. And Cerakote ones, I got a Desert Tan, I believe it is. And I would have had a chance, I think, for a red one as well at the time, but I only, like these are not cheap, so I only bought one. And I bought the Desert Tan because I thought it was cool. Like, it was the more unique of the 2 colors, because the red I'd heard of before, seen before. These are not Pen Club exclusive. I don't know if they've sold out already, but they only made a very limited number of these. This is not, because you guys have seen my DLC coated black one. This is anodized black. And that's not the only thing they did with the anodizers when they anodized some cubes, right? This other one, and you're like, we bought 2 of them right away. Well, yes. Like I said, the color ones of these are fairly rare. So, being that I had my discount code, and I knew I would eventually use them, you know, because you know, even if I just buy Tactile Turn seasonal pens, that's 4 a year. Buy the blue one. If you're gonna buy one of these 2, buy the blue one. Holy jeez. Beautiful. The blue one is gorgeous. Not saying the black one's bad. It's better than having another tumbled one. But the blue one is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if this is the same blue that we got Shane on his pen, but it is a really nice blue. And you're like, why do you always get these cubes for your pens? Because they don't wreck them. They have they call it, they work with Dudek Goods or something like that, for these inserts. What I equate these inserts to is, if you guys have ever been bowling, being from the Midwest, yes. So it's like the inside of a bowling ball where you put your thumb, so it's really nice and soft. You can take a Delrin pen. You can take here's a nice titanium with Cerakote, and you can just pop them in there. Here's an aluminum black one, anodized, and they're all happy. They're not chipped, they're not broken, they're not. Also, these are cleanable because it's I think it's Delrin or something very similar, and I've had to clean them before where I've had refills just kind of like have diarrhea in there, and they're relatively easy to clean as well. You can get like a Q-tip or something like that in there, no problemo. So yes, because the non-standard, like I have a milled one and a tumbled one right over there, and I have 1 or 2 other milled and tumbled ones up on the shelf. with some other colors in between. The fact that they were anodizing these again and they said it was a limited run, I just picked them up because, and like I said, they're going right back in the box. You just saw the last one. It just became half full. I didn't need these. The thing is because I would ideally like to not spend money on more than just the generic. Like, if we're gonna have another cube, I might as well order the colored cube, right? So and if I'm gonna do that, you know, like I said, these, I forget how many they said that they were gonna have, but they expected to sell fairly quickly because cubes go the unique cubes go quickly, or when they do just non-standard finishes, because they can only do like 12 or something. Machine pen holders, anodized cube limited release. Let's see here. Blue. Oh yeah, blue's already out. There you guys go. They only have black. I told you that blue looked amazing, and besides seeing it through my camera, you'll probably never see it, sadly. Black is still there if you wanted one. I have no idea how long that would, especially like because my videos come out years later sometimes. Yeah, so my thing there is, if you guys like the cube, the cross cube, which you should, like if you want, and you're like, well, why do you have those? Because I like to use my pens, because you could just store them like in the box you're gonna see. You could just store your pen in there. I don't want to do that because then I'm not gonna use it. You know. All right. So that's just going on the shelf till I need it. This is why that order happened. Besides those anodized cubes, I waited for this to come out because those were actually, I did ride the. No. This came out first. I was iffy on ordering it. Then those dropped, and I'm like, hey, that's more than my coupon code. I can use my big old fat coupon on it. My first quarter one, because we actually already have the second quarter one. And I could pick this up as well. However, by the time those came out, this sold out. Luckily, they said they were going to do a second run. So I picked one up. And what is it? I have always wanted an Ultem Vertex. And you're like, oh, that doesn't look an Ultem Vertex. It is not an Ultem Vertex. It is an Ultem Decograph, because they aren't making the Vertex and Ultem anymore. I'm gonna have to find one of those in a second-hand market. They aren't cheap new, which means they're not cheap used, especially when it was a limited run, right? So not only did they come out with the Ultem Decograph, I just love how these look. Okay. And here's another thing where Kustoms does their magic. I mentioned it with the last Tech Tips video, is that the threading on here is, oh, that looks beautiful. The threading on here is triple thread, not the normal like 2 thread. You know, it's actually 3. So what that means is you basically can't. I'm not saying you can't cross thread. You can always cross thread everything, but it's going to be very, very, very hard. They've done this all the way back to the. Oh, they got the sizing on this exactly right. This feels good. The weight of the Ultem is super lightweight. You can post it for those that post. I generally would not post a fountain pen, because I feel like with a fountain pen you're going to have it in here. You're gonna fountain pen it up, right? And then when you want to use it, you're gonna hold it like this. You're going to pull it out, and you're gonna write. You know, blah 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 blah. And you might, you know, put the cap like this or something like that. I like that the weight without it posted. I believe you technically can on this. It's more like a friction post than like a snap or something like that. But the big thing here is this. These are the new. What also came out with the Ultem, or sorry, the Decograph and Ultem is Jowo. New. It's not even on the. They sell out that quickly here. Yeah. Okay. So Ultem, Decograph, Jowo compatibility. Normally they do. Normally they do Bach nibs, right? They dropped the Jowo nibs. Highly limited due to the number of Jowo nibs we currently have and corresponding grips. If this version sells out quickly, we'll immediately source new and more. I technically have the second run of them because they had fully sold out of the first run. I ended up going with matte black for the clip. I think it looks quite smashing indeed. I don't know. I thought the matte black would just go really well with the Ultem, and I think it does. But yeah, so these sold out. People were waiting for not only the Decograph and Ultem because it looks friggin' awesome, but also because they dropped the new nibs. They've been using Bach. Now they have the new Jowo with the. They actually laser etched these all using their new design and logo on there for the fountain pen nibs. So I got EF, which is I believe extra fine based on David's recommendation. I believe you can swap them just by pulling it out that way if you really need to. But I mean I tend to write with 0.4 when I deal with gel pens. Just for reference, the 0.6 of this, which is the Schmidt Capless that's in here. I actually get the 0.6, not the 0.7. This even feels a bit big depending on what and where I'm writing. For a sticky note, if you're writing like one big note or 1 to 2 big notes, like you can easily fit 2, maybe 3 if you're really pushing it. It's fine, but if you're like normally normally I'm using this guy here, which is my Rhodia reverse pad, reverse book dot grid. I get dot grid, not graph paper, guys. Dot grid. If you look at it, let's zoom in more. There's dots. There's not a grid. There's dots. Super nice because you can draw between the dots then. Super nice and useful. This is all doing 0.38 or 0.4. And it looks like they got some schmoo on it, probably from a cat or food or something, because I leave it open on the desk. Oh, damn. Lovely. The 0.6 can be a bit big for doing that. For writing on this, at least the way that I do with that. It just gets a little smushed. Not the end of the world. But for writing notes, like for my grandparents, like when I worked at Geek Squad, the 0.6, much nicer. They could read it way easier. You got, I tend to with because I'm used to using like a 0.3, 0.38, 0.4. I need to slow down when I write with bigger ink like this because it tends to like mush together. But if I slow down, you know, rather than blah, 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 like I normally do, like something with a like in here we have the Juice Up, which is the hybrid needle and conical point. Really nice, one of the best refills out there right now. It'll all kind of blend together, and EF is the closest we're gonna. I want to say it's equivalent. Squeer said to a 0.5. God, the weight of this feels really good. I'm going to need to figure out how to fill it. We got 2 refills right over there. I'm assuming it's using... Oh, this cap just feels like a freaking tank. Assuming we unscrew this bit here. That comes off. And we yeet the refill in there. Oh, so that squishes it that way. That would be for ink. Like if you're gonna suck up ink, I'm pretty sure you go all the way down, and you go. David was kind of bummed that it wasn't a dropper style, which basically you just have the ass end of it, and you just fill the entire ass end of it with ink. I'm a bit against that style because that is a lot of friggin' ink. Also, what if this color you want to change it, etc. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how they intend for you to use this though, because those look like snap-in refills, not just ink. We'll have to figure this out. It has been a long time since I've used a fountain pen, but oh, that's some fine threading in there. That's for sure. But because, like I said, I've wanted an Ultem Vertex, and I should have bought one because they actually had them on the site for like a long time. Like, I don't know if they weren't selling or what, but it looked so good. I think it actually looks better than the Decograph here. But they aren't available new anymore. So you gotta take what is available, which is I still think this thing looks nice and chunky, really nice. I could not daily carry this. Like some people do daily carry. I can see why you put it in a shirt pocket, not a pants pocket. Your shirt's gonna be much more upright more of the time. It's gonna be moving around, shaking around. Like if you have to walk fast, it's not going brrrr and spurting everywhere. You know, because I used to actually in high school carry a Parker fountain pen, and ended up stopping doing that. You're like, oh, blah blah. Yeah, I went through enough of them where I broke clips off 2 of them. So I want to say those were around $30 for a pen. It was a blue one, I forget which, and you just snap in the refill on the back side of here. And I don't know if this is the same or not. We'll have to look. Did very little research because I wanted the pen, and I got the pen. Because I wanted the Vertex at the time, but like really their Vertexes are very, very nice and very, very pricey. Like they're like not just machined pen pricey, but like collectible fancy pants pen pricey, because that's like more the market they're in now once they get into the fountain pens. And yeah, I wasn't necessarily willing to pay that until and I've seen a couple pictures of them as well. Oof, they're so good. I'm still gonna probably try and track one of those down at some point. Yeah, I mentioned this on the LTT. Like, they need to make those threads way more coarse. Like, this is how, like, that's 1 and like a quarter, maybe 1.5 turns to get the cap off. The cross threading inside of here is a bit more, but they've really nailed that triple threading with the, so you don't accidentally cross thread it, and making the threads fast enough that you can just kind of boom, done, you're back in there. The Decograph also has like this little bit of bulge here. I think that's really nice, like really kind of like a really nice feature in the cap. It's not just like a straight wall cap or something like that. Nice little crown there. Yeah, it looks really nice. For some reason, just the shape of the Vertex though gets me a little bit more. Can't wait to start printing this guy to use. Here, what do we got in here? Like I said, this is we got a little sticker their Karas. I think that's their shop truck. So you got 2 refills, it looks like. To me, it looks like they puncture on this side. And we got our little thing that's Karas Penco nib, Jowo, steel, EF, number 6, by Ellie. So I've seen some of the titanium ones before, or that they've sold the titanium ones before. I'm just going to keep that together for now with the refills until I figure this out, because I would like to start using it. For those wondering, what did I go to for the longest time? Hi-Tec-C's. And at that same time, at least at my desk, I would run the Rotring Rapidograph, which uses like a capillary action refill. It's a drafting pen, so you can get down, like, I think I own one that's like a 0.15 or a 0.18 or something, just like ridiculous. Like, you start scratching into the fibers of the paper if you've bad quality paper, because it's actually meant for like vellum is what it's, or like drafting paper, not like printer paper or sticky notes. I think I rocked everything from a 0.25 to a 0.5. I think I even have like a 0.8. That thing's chonk. But those work much like refills and fountain pens do. The worst part about all of it is, and this is something I'll let you guys know, with fountain pens or anything like the Rotring Rapidograph, is if you're gonna stop using it, clean it out. Otherwise, when you do want to start using it again, you will hate yourself. Like, you will legitimately hate yourself. So, well, let me know what you think. Do you think the Ultem Decograph with the new Jowo, I might not even be saying that right, nib is worth it? Is this in hand here? That feels, with the cap off, really nice weight wise, balance, and everything. Can't wait to put it to use. But I want to do that when I have my own time and have time to research, like what I need to do to get it going. So we'll see in the next one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't checked it out, go back and watch the LTT, where we take a look at their bolt pen that I'm pretty sure Lefty designed. Yep. See you in the next one. Peace.